All right, I think we are double live. I think we're double live, right? So we have make sure. Let's see. Didn't do what I wanted to do. Let's see here. Got to figure out a better way to do this, but we're gonna get it done. Yep, we are. We're good. We are good. We are double live. All right, perfect. Let's get to it. Let's get to our show for today. All right, so this is the Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show, where we review the weekly economic data. We have hosted by my guy Mitch and Yakar from the chat. We already got Yakar in the building. Yakar says the tech pookies are in this thing. You know what, Yakar? You know what, Yakar? I am going to create a song for the tech pookies. Let's do it. Song coming for the tech pookies in this thing. All right. So, all right, let's get into our show for today. Any announcements before we get into it? Of course, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content, as well as go to techcoachralph.dev so that you can sign up for exclusive content to help you level up in your career. All right. But with that being said, we're going to get started with the show. All right. I have all right. So, we have our Urban Dictionary. It's working really, really well. You're going to see a little bit of enhancements that I did to it. For those watching on mobile, you will not be able to see it because I don't have anything set up to share the screen on that aspect yet, but you can follow along. You can listen to all the economic data. I can try to see if you have anything in the chat. I can't promise you that I'll see anything in the chat, for the mobile side, but I will do my best. Let me see if I can get a doc for the chat. Yep, I should be able to. Oh, I don't know. Will I be able to see? Ooh, it might not work out too well. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can get mobile chat. Cannot promise that. Let's see what we can do. Yes. All right, we got mobile chat. So if I get any chats from the mobile, I'll be able to respond to that as well. But, the primary goes to the desktop version because that's how all the setup is running. We're working on getting some vertical layout support as well. All right. So with that being said, we're going to, we got somebody already. We got somebody already. Oh my God. In the mobile chat says, Ja Lebon. Hi to you as well. How are you doing? Happy to see you. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got more people. Where are all these people coming from? All right. So we'll see what's going on. We will see what's going on with the mobile chat. But hi. Hello. Wow. This, I didn't think the mobile was going to blow up that way, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So, let's get to the show. All right. Let's get to the show. So let me share my screen on we're going to be reviewing for this week. All right. So, let's go open our LinkedIn link. All right, and we have the numbers to watch for this week. We reviewed this on Wednesday because I was really, really busy on Monday morning with work and coaching calls and stuff like that. And I will recap my week on our Candid Conversations on Monday. But we will get to it. So the numbers to watch for this week, right? We have the consumer sentiments will be center stage this week as the University of Michigan releases the final survey results for October. It's a preliminary report 2 weeks ago, or its preliminary report 2 weeks ago showed that the index had unexpectedly slipped over renewed concerns about the cost of living. Meanwhile, hiring has jumped and consumer prices overall has continued to slow. At the same time, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates again next month, helping to lower borrowing costs on everything from houses to cars. Let's see. So what we're going to be reviewing today, we have the National Association of Realtors will release its monthly report measuring the number of existing homes sold in September. We have from Thursday, October 24th, the U.S. Department of Labor released initial jobless claims for the previous week. The report, a proxy for layoffs, tracks and the number of people filing for unemployment. And then yesterday, October 25th, the U.S. Census Bureau released the monthly report on durable goods, which measures manufacturing activity. And the University of Michigan releasing October's Consumer Sentiment Index, which measures how Americans are feeling about current and future economic conditions. All right. So, let me see what's going on. Wow, a lot of stuff happening on the mobile side of the game. All right. And let me welcome in Alexis in the building. What's up, Alexis? Shout out to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And some people on the mobile side are asking for a shout out. So I'm going to say on the mobile side, shout out to Hayden Fillmore. Shout out to you, Hayden Fillmore. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you got that. And to Kim, I am Tech Coach Ralph. I am content creator. We talk about tech stuff. We talk about the economy. All types of cool stuff. So shout out to you all, Rachel. Let's see, Baby and Choppa, Kim. All of you guys, shout out to you guys on the mobile side of the game. Watching from the vertical layout, appreciate you guys. Shout out to all of you guys over there. All right, so let's get to it. So we are going to start off with the National Association of Realtors releasing its monthly report measuring the number of existing homes sold in September. Guess what we're going to pull up? We are going to pull up our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. Yes, we are. All right, so boom, look at that. Look at that. Look what we came up with. Like I said, I love this Urban Dictionary of Economic Data because we have been building it over the past few weeks. And in a short amount of time, we have done so much. Clap it up for all of you guys. All right. So, like I said, let's just search for realtors, right? Let's search for realtors. And we have the existing home sales report. That's the one that we're looking for. So we're going to click on this, right? So this is stuff that we just worked on. I added a little bit of CSS styling to it to make it look a little bit nicer. Still got a lot of work to do on that. But I, cleaning it up. So now we just worked on this on this past Thursday night, right? 2 nights ago, we worked on this, where now we have this list. And when we click on it, it goes to another page. I just added this little banner this morning. All right, we added this little banner this morning. Let me know what you think about our workstation. Right, this is the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data workstation. We have like all these computer screens, and probably gotta get some more chairs. Or if you prefer to work standing up. But there we go. There we have it. All right. So the National Association of Realtors. Let's see. All right, existing home reports. Like I said, I have to work on the styling of this page, right? Of all these pages, but existing home sales. It's brought to us by the National Association of Realtors. Wait, what? Your car? Are you asking who is paying for that? Well, your car. In case you didn't know. It will pay for itself. Duh. Come on. Your car, you should know better. It will pay for itself. It will pay for itself. So you see, he doesn't pay attention. He doesn't pay attention, Alexis. He doesn't pay attention. It will always pay for itself. That's what I was told, Alice. That's what I was told, okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so the National Association, so this report, I really got to fix the styling, is brought to us by the National Association of Realtors. Says the National Association of Realtors is a group that keeps track of homes being bought and sold. Each month, they release a report that shows how many homes that were already built, not new ones, were sold. They call this the existing home sales report. Here's what it tells us: how many homes people bought in that month. It helps us see if more people are buying homes or fewer. Prices are homes getting more expensive or cheaper? Trends. If fewer people are buying homes, it could mean that the economy is slowing down. If more are buying, it could mean that things are improving. This report is important because it gives people like business owners and the government a peek at how healthy the housing market is, which can affect jobs and the economy overall. All right. Why is this thing center? All right. So, okay, I know why. CSS, if you're, all right, public service announcements, right? To anyone out there who is taking a web development course, right? When you get to the CSS section, right? Do not skip over it, all right? Do not skip over the CSS section in your web development course, okay?
Do not come.
Again, I'm going to say.
Do not come.
Because that is HTML and the CSS, the foundation of web development. And then comes JavaScript. Because you can have a website without JavaScript, right? But you cannot have a website without HTML and CSS. So take the time, learn it, put in the work. It is very important, right? The aesthetics, the styling of the whole of your application comes down to CSS, all right? So keep that in mind. It's like you buy a home and then you just throw random furniture all over the place, all right? So keep that in mind. All right, so when the National Association, so example for a construction worker, right? When the National Association of Realtors released the existing home report, it can give construction workers helpful hints about how much work might be coming their way. Here's why. More sales can mean more renovations. Shout out to that. That's a good way to look at it. Let's see. If more people are buying old homes, many new owners might want to fix them up, like adding a new deck, redoing a kitchen, or upgrading a bathroom. Guess what? I've done all of these things outside of the deck part, but we did do a deck at my parents' condo. That's where construction workers come in to help with those projects. Fewer sales might signal less work. Bruh. Keep that in mind as we review the numbers. If the report shows fewer people are buying homes, that could mean people are holding off on repairs or new projects. Less demand might mean fewer job opportunities for construction workers planning for the future. Knowing if the housing market is hot or cold helps construction workers or contractors plan their schedules. If sales are slowing, they might start looking for other projects like commercial buildings or public infrastructure work to stay busy. In short, this report gives construction workers a heads up about what to expect, whether it's time to gear up for more home renovations or be prepared for a slow period. All right. And let's take a look at one more example, because maybe you're not in construction, but maybe you're familiar with the car sales industry. You're a car salesperson, right? So for a car salesperson, the National Association of Realtors existing home report sales can be helpful in a few ways too. Here's how. More home sales equals more buyers with big purchases in mind. When people are buying homes, they are often in a mindset of making big purchases. They might also be thinking about upgrading other things in their lives, like buying a new car to go with their new home. So when home sales are strong, it could mean more potential customers are for car salespeople, higher home prices, more confidence in spending. If the report shows that homes are selling for higher prices, it often means that people are feeling financially stable and more willing to make other big investments like buying a new car. I have seen that before, right? Some people will buy like a super expensive house and then they go and buy a brand new Lamborghini. I'm not talking about Mitch in this case, right? I'm not talking about Mitch buying a Lamborghini because, Mitch got it like that. Mitch got it like that. Money. Just saying, right? I'm just saying. So let's continue. Let's see. The more confident in their financial situation means that they're more likely to shop around. However, what about slower home sales? Equals cautious buyers. On the other hand, if the report shows fewer homes are being sold, it might mean that people are being more careful with their money. A slower housing market might signal a time when fewer people are willing to buy a new car because they're uncertain about their finances. For a car salesperson, the report can provide a sense of how many potential customers might come into the dealership and what kind of mood they might be in when it comes to spending money. If home sales are booming, if they're booming, it could be a good time to ramp up sales efforts. If home sales are down, they might need to adjust their strategy to attract buyers who are being more cautious. That's an amazing explanation, and how they connect the car sales person to the home sales report. Well, with that being said, let's jump in to the. What did I just do? Did I just? All right, no, I didn't. Wait. Oh, what in the world did I just do? That was weird. Didn't mean to do that. Let's fix that. How did that happen? All right, there we go. I don't know how I did that. All right, anyways, just moving things all around. All right, cool. So with that being said, let's jump into the actual report. So we're gonna go to did I close down Bloomberg? Actually, no, I don't have to go to Bloomberg because we have the link right here. All right, so the existing home sales report shows that what is this? It is negative 1%. So let's see what they're saying, right? In September of 2024, existing home sales fell month over month and year over year in the South, Midwest, and Northeast, while sales grew in the West. According to NAR chief economist Lawrence Yun. So at this point, right, I think that me and Lawrence Yun can be on a nickname, first name basis, because we've reviewed this so many times. So what in the world happened to this too? Oh my goodness, what's going on with this? Give me a second. Oh, what is going on here? What happened to this thing? Things just moving all over the place. So weird. All right. Weird stuff happening. All right. There we go. Okay. That was weird. I don't know what happened over there, right? Anyways. So yeah, like I was saying, right? I think me and Lawrence now, we've reviewed his information so much. I'm gonna call him Larry from now on, right? Chief economist Larry, right? So home sales have been essentially stuck at around 4 million unit pace for the past 12 months. But factors usually associated with higher home sales are developing. There are more inventory choices for consumers, lower mortgage rates than a year ago, and continued job addition to the economy. And if things go a certain way in a couple of days, right? In a few days, about a week and a half, then maybe energy prices will be much lower, and it'll cost less to start building these homes, right? Because right now, I'm pretty sure it is super duper expensive to build a home. Yep. So hopefully something happens where things can be a lot cheaper, right? All right. So the existing home sales data measures. Let me see. We read that. So let's read the full news release, right? So key highlights. Existing homes ascended 1% in September to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 3.84 million. Sales dipped 3.5% from a year ago. The median existing home sales price climbed 3% from the September 2023 to $404,500. The 15th consecutive month of year-over-year price increases. The inventory of unsold existing homes rose by 1.5% from the prior month to 1.39 million at the end of September, or the equivalent of 4.3 months supply at the current monthly pace, right? So I hear that there is a plan to build 3 million new homes, right? 3 million new homes in the next 4 years. However, I see that there's also 1.39 million homes that have been going unsold, right? So what's up with that? What's up with that? there's 4.3 months supply at the current monthly sales pace, right? So, existing home sales drew existing home sales drew back in September, according to the National Association of Realtors. Three out of the four major U.S. regions registered sales decline, while the West experienced a sales bounce. Year over year, sales fell in the three regions but grew in the West. What's going on in the West? What is going on in the West? Total existing home sales, completed transactions that include single family homes, townhomes, condominiums, and co-ops. I hate co-ops and condominiums. Well, I don't hate condominiums. I hate HOAs and co-op fees, receded 1% from August to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 3.84 million in September. Year-over-year sales waned 3.5%, down from 3.98 million in September of 2023. Home sales have been essentially stuck at around a 4 million unit pace for the past 12 months, but factors usually associated with higher home sales are developing, says NAR chief Larry Yun. Shout out to Larry Yun. There are more inventory choices for consumers, lower mortgage rates than a year ago. Yeah, but lower mortgage rates like what, 6%, 5%? That's like, I'm telling you, they're back in 2016, all the way up to like 2021, the mortgage rates were like less than 3%, right? When I purchased my home, my mortgage rate was 3.84, something like that, 3.875. And then when we refinanced it, we refinanced to back in 2020, we refinanced to 2.875, right? So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. All right, let's see. But now it's like at 5%, so 5 to 7%, depending on the day. There are more inventory choices, lower mortgage rates than a year ago, and continued job addition to the economy. I have a suspicion about the job addition, though. I don't. It's tricky, right? Maybe we'll talk about the job addition again when we get to the job section, right? But let's see. Perhaps some consumers are hesitating about moving forward with a major expenditure like purchasing a home before the upcoming election. Total housing. Well, maybe some people are waiting to see if they're going to get that $25,000 down payment assistance for being a first-time home buyer. We shall see. All right. Let's see. Total housing inventory registered at the end of September was 1.39 million units, up 1.5 from August and 23% from 1 year ago. Unsold inventory sits at 4.3 months supply at the current sales pace, up 4.2 months in August and 3.4 months in September. More inventory is certainly good news for home buyers as it gives consumers more properties to view before making a decision, says Larry. However, the inventory of distressed properties is minimal because the mortgage delinquency rate remains very, very low. The mortgage delinquency rate, how in the world is the mortgage delinquency rate very, very low? That's hard for me to believe. That is hard for me to believe that the mortgage delinquency rate is very low. Distressed property sales accounted for only 2% of all transactions in September. The median existing home prices for all housing types in September was $404,500, up 3% from 1 year ago, $392,700. All four U.S. regions registered price increases. Oh, that sucks. I mean, is that a bad thing though? If you can sell your house for more money, but then it also means you're buying your new place for more money as well. So, moderating home prices increases are welcome news for home buyers. Larry added, with wage growth now outpacing home price appreciation, housing affordability will improve. Let's see, Realtors Confidence Index. According to monthly Realtors Confidence Index, properties typically remain on the market for 28 days in September, up from 26 days in August and 21 days in September of 2023. So it's taking longer for realtors to sell these homes. Bruh. First-time buyers who are hoping to get extra $25,000 to down payment assistance were responsible for 26% of sales in September, matching the all-time low from August 2024 and November 2021, and down from 27% in September 2023. NAR's 2023 profile of home buyers and sellers released in November 2023 found that an annual share of first-time buyers was 32%. So I'll say this, right? These whole programs and incentives for first-time home buyers and stuff like that, I just see it as like people are always going to find a way to game systems, right? It have like, I don't know. Whenever like people are always looking for the for the competitive advantage. So when I'll give you an example, a quick example, right, from the competition the other day, right? And when we review it, you'll see the video. But like people will always try to put themselves in like, all right, they say, okay, this in order to be a to qualify for this benefit, right? You need to meet X, Y, and Z criteria. So then so then people will always go to like, all right, how can I make sure I fit the criteria? So let me move this around, let me move that around. So you got like, so let's say no one in your home could have ever owned a house in order to qualify for this down payment assistance, right? So now they say, okay, well, we're just not going to put you live here. So you're going to, let's say temporarily, you're going to go live with aunt or an uncle, right? And now we qualify, and then now you move the whole family into this new house, right? So here's the example with the competition from last week, right? And I'm going to share integrity of my opponent, right? Where the referee was moving us back into the middle of the mat, and I know the position and when you get moved, you go back to the same position. And I know the position that I was in. He knew the position that he was in, but his coaches kept on saying, "Oh no, like you were actually in this better position. You're in this better position." And I'm like, no, he wasn't. But he doesn't move, right? And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure I was here. And they keep telling him to, no, you weren't there. Cause I know what I was about to do at the time when the referee stopped us. Right. And then he asked me like, I wasn't like in that position, was I? And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, but let's just ask the referee. Cause whatever the referee says, that's what I would go with. If the referee said he was there, I'm like, cool. I know he wasn't, but I was like, all right, cool. I'll go there. But then the referee, so like, but he knew and he believed, but you know, you're getting pressure from your team. And so we asked the referee. The referee's like, no, you're like, this is the position that you're in as you thought, yada yada yada, and go from there, right? And to me, that was very honorable, because some people, they'll be like, oh no, like they're just gonna go with it. They're gonna know that's like they're gonna try to get the best competitive advantage. Which I mean, I can't fault you for that. But I was just impressed. Like a really good guy that I went up against, and that integrity that he had. Salute to him. Shout out to him. Right, throwing that in there. When we review it, you'll see it. Right, but let's continue. You know, I have my own version of the weave. Right, I have my own version of the weave. We always come back to what's on the screen. All right, so let's continue. All right, so let's see. So we got, all right, so all cash sales accounted for 30% of transactions in September, up from 26% in August and 29% in September of 2023. Individual investors or second home buyers who make up many cash sales purchased 16% of homes in September, down from 19% in August and 18% in September of 2023. Distressed sales, foreclosures, and short sales represented 2% of sales in September, virtually unchanged from last month and the previous year. All right, mortgage rates according to Freddie Mac, why does everything end with Mac, right? So we have Fannie Mac, Freddie Mac, Sally Mac, or maybe Sally Mae actually, but whatever. According to Freddie Mac, 30-year fixed mortgage rates averaged 6.44% as of October 17th, which is up from 6.32% 1 week ago, but down from 7.63% 1 year ago. Jesus Christ. 6.44% is, let's check today, right? What's the mortgage rates today? Today's mortgage rates. We are at October 25th. I mean, you're not going to find a house for $300,000, but if you are in Florida, if you're putting 20% down, what the mother? As of October 25th, for a $300,000 loan, down payment of 20% in Florida, you have a pretty good credit score. Let's go up to like, right, let's go up to, I mean, not many people have this, but what went wrong? Where's my mortgage rates? All right, there we go. So let's say we go to 800. Oh, come on, you can't be doing this to me. Trash. All right, let's find another one. Are you serious? That's annoying. That it doesn't work. So you put down 3%. Oh, why aren't you? Come on, Google. Do better. Do better. But whatever. Let's say, all right, anyway, let's go with what we have here, right? 30-year fixed is 7.3 in Florida. Can't even change it, but say house is about 500. All right, whatever. It is what it is. It's giving us an error, but it's a lot. It is a lot. And 20% of like 500,000, it's a lot of money, right? It's like, anyways, all right. So let's continue. Let's continue. We're here. Single family home sales edged lower by 0.6% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 3.47 million in September, down 2.3 from the previous year. The median existing single home price was 409,000, up in September, up from 2.9% from September 2023. Existing condominiums and co-op sales dropped 5.1% in September to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 370,000 units, down 14% from a year ago. The median existing condo price was 361,000 in September, up 2.2% from the previous year. Regional breakdown: existing home sales in the Northeast in September retracted 4.2% from August to an annual rate of 460,000, down 6.1% from September of 2023. The median price in the Northeast was 467,100, up 6% from last year. The Midwest existing home sales slipped 2.2% in September to an annual rate of 900,000, down 5.3% from the prior year. The median price in the Midwest was 306,600, up 5% from September of 2023. Existing home sales in the South decreased 1.7 from August to an annual rate of 1.72 million in September, down 5.5% from 1 year before. The median price, all right, cool. So that is that. Let's get back to here. And we have Mitch in the building as well. All right, let's check the chat. See what's going on in the chat. So, Mitch didn't do his intro, but it is what it is. Shout out to my guy, Mitch. To my best friend in the whole wide world, Mitch. I'm going to make a song for Mitch. Mitch, did you hear the song at the beginning of the show? The song that is called Victim Olympics. Did you hear that song, Mitch? I don't know if you heard it. I might have to play it again for you, right? But Mitch says he is using us to pay for it. The money from YouTube. He talks in riddles. I always decipher them. Mitch, it will pay for itself. All right, get that right. It will pay for itself. Remember that. It will pay for itself. Okay, come on. You know how. Mitch, you should know how economics work. You should know how economics work. All right, come on.
Do not come.
Mitch says that he should have refinanced. Maybe. Oh, what? Oh my God, I keep doing this thing. All right, let me lock this thing down so it doesn't move. Okay, Mitch, how much was your interest rate? How much was your interest rate, Mitch? The card says the portrait mode has. It does. It's hard to say. It's kind of like it's probably because I didn't do it subscriber only over there, but you know it is what it is. Let's get some more viewership. You know, let's see. Mitch says, wherever they put me, I don't care. You're still getting an Undertaker or Kane chokeslam. I'll let you pick. Let's see. Mitch says, is any average person putting 20% down? You can't use that number. You got to use 3.5% or 5%, maybe even 10. That's what I was trying to do, right? That's what I was trying to do. However, the Google Calendar isn't working and I didn't want to go and look for a new one or the Google Calculator wasn't working. I didn't want to go look for a new one real quick. But yeah, it is, 20% is a bit unrealistic, especially nowadays, right? Because if you were like, if when the houses were like averaging 200 to 250,000, right? So let's say with 200,000, it's a lot easier to put that money down and to accumulate that money than for a $500,000 house, you know? Let's see, just pull up a calculator. It's 100K. Come on. Well, Mitch, why do I have to do the math if I have you, right? Why do I have to do the math if I have my best friend in the whole wide world in the building doing the math for me? Thank you, Mitch. Let's see, 2.25, but this guy's complaining. This guy's complaining. This guy's complaining about his interest rate. Well, did you sign like a 10-year mortgage to get a 2.25? Wait, no. Are they? No, it's actually slower. Right? Let me see. If you do a shorter term, then your interest rate is probably lower. So, did you do like a 10-year mortgage, Mitch, to get a 2.25? My goodness, Mitch. My goodness. Let's see. And it says, but I should get the equity. Mitch wants the equity. Mitch wants the equity. And it says, and don't say HELOC loans. I don't want that. And it says, we are not friends. Well, that's a bit harsh to say. And you didn't even say with all due respect.
How dare you?
Come on, Mitch. I'm not complaining. It says no 30. You got a 30-year at a 2.25. Did you put down like a 50%? Like how did you manage that, Mitch? All right, Mitch. Do you have connections like the people who will meet someone randomly at an event and then all of a sudden they are willing to lay their own job and reputation on the line for them? Do you have those type of connections, Mitch? Because for you to get a 2.25 mortgage rate with a 30-year mortgage and 0% interest rate on your car, my goodness, Mitch. I think you have some type of connections. Mitch. What is going on with that? How are you doing that, Mitch? How are you doing that? Because maybe you met somebody somewhere. Maybe you met somebody somewhere, and you know, you're helping. Maybe it's a quid. Maybe it's a quid pro quo, right? I don't know, Mitch. Anyways, let's continue. All right, now we're gonna jump over to this regulations video. So it was pretty much Elon Musk doing one of the, I guess we'll call them town halls or rallies that he was doing this week. And he was talking about regulations, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I wanted to share that with everyone, right? So we can watch. I think he just says the same thing in the video, right? So let's go at Mitch says before we go into the video. I met those other people along the way. If you got sense, they will talk to you. It's all a matter of sense. If it's all a matter, but I'm just saying, Mitch. I thought you might have been gaming the system in other ways, or I thought you might have been gaming the system in other ways. I'm just saying, right? Anyways, let's get to this video. All right, let me start it from the beginning. All right, there we go.
And that's tip of the iceberg. I mean, I got a bunch of sort of nutty stories, you know. Some of them are, I guess, kind of funny. There's, you know, we had to do this. SpaceX had to do the study to see if Starship would hit a shark. And I'm like, it's a big ocean, you know. There's a lot of sharks. It's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. And said, well, you have to, you know, this is, I think, from National Marine Fisheries, one of the, you know, NMF it's called. You know, they were like, well, you have to do the study on whether you're going to hit a shark. We're like, what? And then we said, okay, fine, we'll do the analysis. And then, well, can you give us the shark data? They're like, no, we can't give you the shark data. We're like, okay, well, then we're in a bit of a quandary. How do we solve this this shark probability issue? And they said, well, we could give it to our Western division, but we don't trust them. And I'm like, am I in a comedy sketch here? And they're like they're worried about the shark density data like the people who hunt sharks for shark fins somehow getting their hands on this the shark data. And so eventually, I think we got the data, and we could run the analysis to say, like, yeah, the sharks are going to be fine. But they wouldn't let us proceed with launch until we did this crazy shark data. And then we thought, okay, well, now we're done. And they said, but what about whales? I'm like, when you look at a picture of the Pacific, what percentage of the surface area of the Pacific do you see as whale? Because look at a picture, I don't see any. It's like, you can't, where's a whale? And honestly, if the ship did hit a whale, it's like, honestly, that whale had it coming, because it's like the odds are so low. You know, it's like Final Destination, the whale edition. It's like fate had it in for that whale, you know. And so we had to do the whale analysis. And it's like, okay, yeah, the whales will be fine too, you know. It goes on. And then there's like, well, what if the rocket goes underwater, then explodes, and then the whales have hearing damage? Like, this is real. This is actually, and we're like, look, if we could make a rocket go underwater and be a submarine, that would be like a feat of physics we could not accomplish, okay? This is not how it works. So anyway, just one like crazy thing after another, where, you know, so this is why I'm like really feeling the pain of the overregulation. And there's like multiple federal agencies that have overlapping, you know, they're all doing the same thing, basically. So anyway, we got to stop this madness.
Well, that was weird. But it looks like we're back. It looks like we're back. Oh, app crashed for a second, but let me know if everyone's here. Everyone hears me okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Hi to you as well, Rachel. How's it going on the vertical view side of the game? All right. Let's see. So let me read this. Let's continue with the chat. Oh my God, the whole thing started over. Whatever, we'll figure that out. Anyways, the whole timer started over because the app crashed, but we're good. So let me see. Mitch said that's why you be trying to help out the hood, but they won't listen. Mitch, you got to hear this. Did you hear Mitch? Did you hear the Victim Olympic song? Did you hear the I created that song based on the question I asked you the other day, Mitch. Did you hear the Victim Olympic song? I don't even know how much time we have left, to be honest with you. I just whatever. We'll just figure. I'm just gonna turn off the timer and we'll just stop in about 30 minutes or so because this whole thing messed up. All right. Let's see. But Mitch says, is the laugh track sound in the back are actual people in the crowd? Yeah, there are tons of people in the crowd. But it was a town hall. I don't know if it's but it does sound like a laugh track, to be honest with you. But here's a question, Mitch. Here's a question, Mitch. Is it true though? Is what he's saying true? Right? Is it true? I think that's the most important part. Is it true? Right? Because it could be bad jokes, but are the jokes true? Like with the regulations and stuff like that. So think about that. Let me see. Hikar says, boohoo, Elon has to use billions of dollars and he has to deal with regulations. I feel so sorry for him. All right. Anyways, I heard it reminded me of me. Was like, yeah, I know. I'm not gonna, like, I'd have to do a bunch of extra work to set the timer back. So it is what it is. Let's see. All right. Anyways, let's get to it. let's get to our next one. Let's see. So next up, we are talking about, and do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live. Let's see. All right. So we've got the jobless claims. All right. Let's look that up real quick. Let's use this jobless, and we search, and we have our weekly jobless claims in the search results. All right. So we just have the link right here. We don't have to go out to Bloomberg and all that other stuff. All right, so let me extend that a bit. Let's see. The Department of Labor's weekly initial jobless claims for the report is like a count of how many people asked for help because they lost their job and could not find work that week. Think of it like a school where every week some kids might get sick and need to stay home. The school keeps track of how many kids are out each week to see if the number is going up or down. In the same way, the government keeps counts how many people are asking for help because they lost their job. This report helps us understand how the economy is doing. If more people are asking for help, it might mean there are fewer jobs available. And if fewer people are asking for help, it might mean there are more jobs available. Let's see. So a trucking example, I'm going to add some more examples to this eventually using this UI. Every week, the U.S. Department of Labor counts how many people have recently lost their jobs and applied for government help, like unemployment benefits. These numbers are called jobless claims. It's like keeping track of how many truck drivers, warehouse workers, and others are out of work and need some financial help to get by. All right. So let's take a. So we have this link right here to the data. We'll do a quick run through of this. So in the week ending of October 19th, the advanced figures for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 227,000, a decrease of 15,000 from the previous week's revised levels. The previous week was revised up by 1,000 from 241,000 to 200. It's always revised up, right? It's been funny though. Like the past few weeks, the numbers are going up and down. Where 1 week it was like 259,000. Then the other week it was like 220 something thousand, and then 242,000, and then 200, and then 200. Now we're at 227. So I'm interested to see like next week what it's going to be at. 4-week moving average is 238,500, an increase of 2,000 from the previous week's revised average. The previous week's average was revised up by 250 from 236,250 to 236,500. The advanced unemployment rate, the advanced seasonally adjusted insured unemployment rate was 1.3% for the week ending of October 12th. This has been 1.2 for the longest time. It actually ticked up to 1.3%. It might not seem like a big change, but when it's been steady at 1.2 for a while, and now that it actually ticked up, that's interesting to see. That is interesting to see. All right, let's see if I can zoom in on this one. Let's see. One more maybe. No. All right, that's good. Let's see. Unadjusted data, the advanced number of actual initial claims under the state program unadjusted was 22,000. We don't need to read this one in depth. Let's see. All right, cool. The highest insured. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Initial claims for UI benefits filed by former federal civilian employees was 425,000 in the week ending of October 12th. An increase of 80,000 from the prior week. There were 406 initial claims filed by newly discharged veterans, a decrease of 71 from the preceding week. There were 3,820 continued weeks claimed filed by former federal civilians employees the week ending of October 5th, a decrease of 109 from the previous week. Newly discharged veterans claiming for benefits totaled 4,351, a decrease of 343. The highest insured unemployment rate in the weeks ending October 5th were in New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey, always coming in number 1. 2.2, California 1.9, Puerto Rico 1.9, Washington 1.8, Nevada 1.6, Rhode Island 1.6, Massachusetts 1.5, New York 1.5, Illinois 1.4, Alaska, Oregon, Pennsylvania at 1.3, which which I found out a few weeks ago, thanks to my best friend Mitch, that Pennsylvania is right next to New Jersey. I had no idea. Because honestly, that whole northeastern section on a map, it's like, it's just like it has name, and a little lines pointing to. So I honestly never really cared to study it in depth to see where these states are. I just know that New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, they're all in this little bin in the top northeast, but I never really cared about them. And I still don't really care about them right now. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. All right. So the largest increase in initial claims for the week ending of October 12th were Georgia, 3,293. I wonder if that's due to the hurricane and stuff like that. New York, 2,340. Pennsylvania, 1,379. Texas, 886. South Carolina, 779. While the largest decreases were in Michigan, negative 7,917. Florida, shout out to Florida, negative 3,257. Ohio, negative 2,556. North Carolina, negative 2,365. And Indiana, negative 2,173. What happened? Like, I don't know. Why Georgia plus 3,000 and North Carolina negative 2,000? I'm interested in knowing why. Any idea, Mitch, what contributes to that? Yakar, what contributes to these sudden mass increases and decreases in these states? Like, I don't know, weird. And let's see. But that's our jobless claims. And Mitch says that Delaware is also over there. Delaware? I've never woke up one day and said, I wonder what's happening in Delaware. That never ever crossed my mind, to be honest with you. Let's see. And guess what? We don't care. Exactly. I know you don't care, Rich. I know you don't care about that area, even though you live there. I mean, you just got to be careful when going into New York because you might get attacked by a lion-sized rat. All right, just saying. Alexa says, "Right, I'm from Boston. I'm offended." With all due respect, then just whatever I said, just add with all due respect in front of it. And you know how I end the show, right? I'm just gonna do it right now. Alexis, if I said anything that was offensive or hurt your feeling, just remember. All right, I grew up in a middle class family. All right. All right. What do we have next on the docket? Let's see. So. Let's go to. Oh, let me check this thing. I wonder why it crashed, actually. Now I'm curious. Let me see something. No, it's good. Should have checked that. I should have checked the memory usage when the software was about to crash, but I'll review that afterwards. All right, let's see. Let's get to it. Let's see. Mitch says, I'm from where news cameras never come. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's continue on with the show. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. All right. We are at, let me see. Let's check these off the box. Boom. Oops. Boom. All right. So the U.S. Census Bureau releasing the monthly report on durable goods, which measures manufacturing activity. Let's see here. Let's go to here and let me see. Let's go to Census Bureau. Let's just search census. All right, Census Bureau report on housing indicators, U.S. Census Bureau report on durable goods. Let's do that one. And let's see. So, we have the wrong URL in there for this report. Oh, it sucks. We'll get that. All right. The U.S. Census Bureau is so the U.S. Census Bureau is a government group that collects information about things happening in the country. One of the reports they make is about durable goods orders, right? What are durable goods? These are big, expensive things that people or businesses buy and expect to last a long time. Examples include cars, refrigerators, airplanes, furniture. So things that you're not gonna buy like on a yearly basis, right? Because I mean, unless you got it like that, unless you bought them like your car in Mitch, right? You're not going to be looking to switch cars every 12 months, refrigerators, airplanes, furnitures. Um, when people are companies order more of these things, it usually means they feel confident about the future because they're spending money on items that will last for years. What does the report tell us? So if orders are increasing, it means businesses are and people are spending more, which is usually a good sign that the economy is doing well. If orders are decreasing, it could mean people and companies are being careful with their money, which can suggest the economy is slowing down. So why is this important? This report helps business owners and government leaders understand how healthy the economy is. If orders are up, companies might hire more workers to build these products. If orders are down, they might slow down hiring. Let's see. So let's see how this would be applied to a Uber driver, right? So more orders equals more people commuting and traveling. If the report shows that companies are ordering more airplanes, cars, and equipment, it could mean businesses are growing. With more growth, people might need to travel for work, which means more passengers for Uber drivers. For example, airports get busier, so Uber drivers might get more rides to and from the airport. That's a good point. Office buildings reopen or expand, and more people start commuting again, increasing the demand for rides. That makes sense. And I was traveling a few weeks ago, and I had to use Uber to get to and from the airport. And so and because everyone was like a lot of people were going to the office at that time, so I'm sure that Uber was like super being moved around and stuff like that. So like there were a lot of people using Uber in a small town as well. All right, so fewer orders equals fewer rides and deliveries. If orders drop, it can be a sign that businesses and people are being more cautious with spending. This could lead to fewer people going out for work, events, or vacations, which means less demand for rides and deliveries. Why does this matter, right? For an Uber driver, knowing how the economy is doing through this report helps them plan their work schedule. If durable goods orders are up, it might be a good time to drive more because businesses and people are likely to be active. If orders drop, drivers might need to shift focus to food delivery and look for busy times like weekends to make up for slower weekdays. This report gives drivers a sneak peek into whether the people will be out and about or staying home. Very good, very good. And then let's take one for a Walmart cashier or a cashier for any store. I don't know why I put Walmart in there, but a cashier for any store, right? So more durable goods equals more customers at Walmart. If reports show that companies are ordering more durable goods like appliances, cars, or furniture, it suggests that people are feeling confident about spending money. When customers feel confident, they might also shop more at Walmart for everyday items like groceries, clothes, and electronics to complement their big purchases. For example, if somebody buys a new fridge, I was thinking about that before reading this, they might come to Walmart to stock up on food. Example, fewer durable goods equals fewer shoppers. If the report shows fewer durable goods, it could mean people are being careful with their spending. This might mean fewer customers shopping for non-essential items at Walmart, leading to quieter shifts for cashiers. So why does this matter, right? For a Walmart cashier, the report can give hints about whether stores will get busier or slower. If durable goods are being bought, it's a sign that the economy is doing well, and Walmart might see more shoppers. If orders slow down, the store might see fewer customers or even reduce staff hours. This helps cashiers understand how economic changes can impact their shifts and job stability. So all this to say, right? All this to say that these reports, everyone can glean something from them. Everyone can glean something from these reports. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Okay. So now let's actually get to the report. I actually have to search for this report because I do not have it handy right here. So let's see, U.S. Census Bureau. report on durable goods. And let's see. That would be, let's check this one. Is it this one? Let me see. Yep, should be this one. Yep, monthly advance report on durable goods. Let's go to, let me make that a little smaller. So September's 2024 was $284.8 billion, which was a negative of 0.8%, right? August revised was 287 billion. So it went down, and in August it also went down a little bit. So the next release is going to be November 27th, 2024. Probably because it's around Thanksgiving time. All right, so new orders for manufactured durable goods in September, down 3 of the last 4 months, decreased 2.2 billion or 0.8% to 284.8 billion. The U.S. Census Bureau announced today this followed a 0.8% August decrease, excluding transportation. New orders increased 0.4%, excluding defense. New orders decreased 1.1%. Transportation equipment also down 3 of the last 4 months, drove the decrease 3.1 billion to or 3.1% to 95.4 billion. Well, that's it. All right, it's not too much. So if we look back at the Urban Dictionary, it says that fewer durable good orders would be like fewer rides and deliveries, fewer shoppers. So this report is saying, so if orders are decreasing, it could mean people and companies are being careful with their money, which can suggest the economy is slowing down, right? So in all indications, at least from this report, like, and there's so much different economic data that's like pushing us in different ways, you know? So this one is saying that orders are decreasing, which means that people and companies being careful with their money. Economy might be slowing down. So we'll see. All right. Let's go back to full screen. We have one more to go to, and then we shall check that off. All right. So one more to go to. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Mitch says, balling on a budget. Only people that don't have it like that be trying to act like they do. It's strange. It's a good point. That is a good point, Mitch. Very good point. Very good point. Let's see what else we got. All right. So we're good. We're good to go. Let's continue with the show. One more topic, and then if we have time, Mitch, did we watch the video about should we tax unrealized capital gains? I don't remember if we watched that. I don't remember if we actually watched that video. So let me know if we watched that already, and then if not, we can watch that after we talk about the University of Michigan consumer sentiment report. All right, let me see what's going on over here. I don't trust when this application crashes. It's not bad. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Got to keep an eye on that because I remember last time when it kept on crashing and then it was a mess. I didn't even update anything lately. All right, cool. So let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got. So University of Michigan releasing its October Consumer Sentiment Index, which measures how Americans feel about the economy. Let's go and take a look for. Just love how we can just now we can just search right in here, right? Michigan. And the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index is a survey that asks people how they feel. You know how when we say the word feel, how they feel about the economy. It gathers information about what people think about their current financial situation, how they feel about spending money, and what they expect for the future. The survey results in the survey results are combined into an index, which is like a score that shows whether people feel positive, negative, or neutral about the economy. The index is important because it helps us understand how confident people are about spending money. When people feel good about the economy and their own financial situation, they are more likely to buy things like clothes, gadgets, and cars, which helps businesses grow and create jobs. If the index shows that people are worried, they might spend less, which can slow down the economy. Economists and government officials use this information to make decisions about things like interest rates and economic policies, helping them support a healthy economy. All right, so if we use, let me see, let's see. Let's use the example from the auto manufacturing factory union member, right? You better thank a union member, all right? So, demand for cars and production levels. If consumer sentiment drops, people become less willing to buy big ticket items like new cars. It can result in fewer orders for the factory, leading to reduced work hours or temporary layoffs for union workers. If the sentiment is high, it signals that consumers are confident and more likely to purchase vehicles, meaning increased production and more work shifts. Job security and layoffs. When sentiment drops, auto companies may cut costs to prepare for a slowdown, which could lead to temporary layoffs or job cuts. Even though unions try to protect jobs, there could be furloughs if demand stays low, especially if you are being led by Sean Fain. All right. So negotiations and for pay and benefit. If consumer sentiment is weak, it's going to be hard for them to argue for higher pay. If it's strong, then it makes it a little bit easier to argue for higher pay. Impact on. So you pretty much get the sentiment of it. It's like when sentiment is high, it's going to be easier to get what you want because people are feeling good. If sentiment is low, then it's going to be a little bit tougher, right? Let's go to the report. Let's see if we have it up, if we have it available. Of course. You know, this is our finer institutions. It's not working. All right. Let me see if I can pull it from. Of course, it's not working. This is what we get from our college institutions, right? They can't even have their website working properly. So let me see if I can find it from Bloomberg. Let me see. I'll just remove this filter to clear. Confidence index. We'll say these two apply. Why am I getting all these? Oh, I didn't put the countries that I want. Let's go to. All right, 70.5. The forecast was 68.9. Huh. This is interesting. It actually rose pretty good as well. Huh. Let me see history. October 11th was 68.9. So, with less than a week before the election, right? So it was forecasted on October 11th to be 70.9. Less than a week before, or I mean, not less than a week, about a week and a half, a little under a week and a half before the election, the last Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index, 70.5. Take that as you will. But what are people feeling? What are people thinking about? That's interesting. I don't know if it's, let me see. Can we get this? Let me try to see if I use this URL. Nope. Make sure it's not me. No, it's not me. Nothing's working. Well, at least we tried. But we see the number. So what do you think about that, Mitch? What do you think about that, Yakar? What do you think about that, Alexis? 2 weeks ago, 68.9. And they thought it was going to stay at 68.9. But it's actually 70.5 a week and a half before the election happens. We shall see. Let's see. Let's go to full screen. Okay. Mitch is saying with 3 people about let me find out. I don't remember. Let me see. I don't remember if we actually looked at it. Let me see. Your card doesn't care. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we it was with the three people, and then he was talking about his talk with Elizabeth Warren and all that good stuff. Yukar says he's just running up his bag. In that case, I think that's it then. I think that is it. We've got everything through it. Let me see. Anything else we have to discuss today? Nope. Well, there we have it. There we have it, folks. That is everything for today. We just got through everything. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we're gonna wrap it up. We are going to wrap it up. Mitch says, "Where the party at?" Your car says, "New land coming soon. My new estate will be built in Texas. That's my only focus outside of the software and businesses. Running it up as always." Let me tell you a story real quick, right? There's this thing happening in this event happening in Atlanta, right? And your car, he says, "Are you gonna go?" And I'm like, "Negative, Ghost Rider. Just me thinking about Atlanta, I feel like I have to go get tested. You know, I don't do Atlanta. I had to put a mask on just to have the conversation. You know, I'm just saying, right? You will not catch me dead or alive, but more likely you'll catch me dead in Atlanta. I'm not going to Atlanta." Mitch says, "Oh my, exactly." I'm like, "You're not gonna catch me there. Sorry, not happening." I'm like, I have to go take a shower after I mentioned Atlanta. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry. Oh, by the way, all right, stop. With all due respect, all right, with all due respect, remember, if I said anything that hurt your feelings, if I did anything that hurt your feelings, just remember, I am a knucklehead at times, all right? With that being said, it says, it says you can hold something. Let me see, make sure this thing doesn't go crazy on me. All right, cool. It says I have to do the Let's Rant tour. I'll enjoy traveling. I'll be making move all year. Next year, even more trips. Shout out to your car. I don't want to rant about anything. I just want to just chill. I just want to chill and continue to create my amazing, amazing music. Although your car doesn't like my music, I love my music. So I haven't really listened to music in a while, but after I started creating my own music, I was like, man, this is I like it. I like it, you know? I'm taking over. I'm taking over the industry, right? I'm just saying. There is the Let's Rant About It tour that they're having in Atlanta and in Michigan. Alexis says that I don't know about the music. Well, you know what that means. I'm just saying, I love it. You don't? Well, if you don't like it, make your own music to the music, but you still come to the show, all right? Still come to the show. I'm just saying, all right? Haters all around. But guess what? I love it. And with that being said, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, on your way out, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, go sign up for techcoachrob.dev, sign up for one-on-one coaching, all that good stuff, right? Let's see. Your car says, I feel better when I'm making moves and always meeting new people and networking. It's like 5 different. I have tons of songs. I have a whole library of songs, Mitch, which I'm gonna play for you guys right now as we wrap up the show for today. That's how Ralph gets. That is true. And sometimes I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure sometimes, you know. But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy the engineered heartbreak right now.